Chapter 71 Humanoid Beast. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Meteor falling moon / overwhelmingly shattered Huang Feng's sword energy. How is this possible? Divine Wind Sword Technique is a third-level Xian-level martial art. How can you, a third-level martial arts trash like you, shatter my sword energy? I understand, your swordsmanship is definitely a martial skill of Xian level 5 or above, otherwise you would never be able to shatter my sword energy. Haha, God help me, Lin Bai, hand over your swordsmanship, and I can make your death easier. Huang Feng raised his sword, pointed at Lin Bai and said coldly. You understand, the initiative is now in my hands. Lin Bai walked towards Huang Feng with a sneer. Huang Feng laughed wildly and said, Haha, do you really think that with your cultivation at the 3rd level of Zhenwu, you can kill me, a strong man at the 6th level of Zhenwu? You are not even a strong person, Lin Bai said coldly. Okay, I'll show you today. Killing you is as easy as crushing an ant. Huang Feng raised his sword, and the boundless sword force suddenly suppressed Lin Bai with oppression. Strong winds swept around, forming a wind field surrounding Lin Bai and Huang Feng. The 4th form of kamikaze sword technique, boundless storm. Boom. The strong wind gathered and gradually formed a huge tornado, roaring towards Lin Bai. You will definitely die under this move. Huang Feng laughed angrily and said, Fight with me, little thing, and you will go to hell. Death? I don't think so. A cold light flashed in the corner of Lin Bai's eyes, his eyes lit up, he used the extreme shadow step, and he rushed in front of the tornado. What is Lin Bai going to do? Lin Bai, don't do this forcefully, Sun Qian screamed and reminded. Thanks for reminding me, but I have no intention of resisting. I plan to chop it into pieces. The spirit's laying sword buzzed, the power of the sword increased, and the fighting spirit soared into the sky. Meteor falling moon / a sword shot into the sky and slashed down in anger. Immediately, a sword energy rushed into the huge tornado, splitting the tornado in half. This. I don't believe it. I don't believe you can actually split my strongest move, Huang Feng said with surprise on his face. He really split it. When Sun Qian heard Lin Bai saying that he was going to split the tornado just now, Sun Qian couldn't believe it. But when he saw this scene in front of him, it really happened, and Sun Qian's whole body was shocked. They were all dumbfounded. Kamikaze swordsmanship is not weak, it is a 3rd-grade Xian-level martial skill, especially the last move, Boundless Storm, which is enough to compete with a 4th-grade Xian-level martial skill. It was extremely powerful, and ordinary warriors could not hide from it, but Lin Bai faced the wind and split it with a sword. Nothing is impossible in this world. Goddamn Lone Star. After splitting the tornado, a sword energy condensed into a star and shot through the air in an instant. Not good. This starlight sword energy came so fast that Huang Feng felt a chill all over his body and he quickly dodged away. Bang. The moment Huang Feng dodged and left, this star sword energy hit his abdomen, making a huge blood hole in his abdomen, and blood gushed out. Ah! Ah! It hurts, it hurts. Huang Feng fell to the ground and screamed repeatedly. Lin Bai, wait, my brother is Huang Fei, one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. If you mess with me, you will go to hell. When I go back, I must ask my brother to skin you and cramp you, and then execute you in Lingqi. Although Huang Feng was seriously injured, he firmly believed that Lin Bai did not dare to kill him, because he has a backer behind him, and that is Huang Fei, one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. Huang Fei. Then remember to give your brother a dream, otherwise, he won't even know that I killed you. Lin Bai stepped forward, raised his sword, and cut off Huang Feng's head. Blood surged out wildly, and Huang Feng fell into a pool of blood, separated. Kill. Sun Qian looked at Lin Bai in horror. Sun Qian thought to himself, didn't Lin Bai know that Huang Feng was Huang Fei's biological brother? Since he has been defeated, all he needs to do is teach him a lesson. Killing him will get Huang Fei into big trouble. Brother Lin Bai, you are too impulsive. Your brother Huang Fei is one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect, and he is also a warrior of the Divine Alliance. Sun Qian said to Lin Bai with some regret. This kind of person kills the warriors of his alliance and throws them to monster beasts in order to survive. Shouldn't he be killed? I'm telling you now, I've beaten him into this state, and his brother won't let me go if he sees it. We have to fight Huang Fei anyway, so I might as well eliminate this scourge for the Lingjian sect. As for the Divine Alliance, it doesn't matter, we have killed so many Divine Alliance warriors anyway, 1 or 2 more is not a lot, and 1 or 2 less is a lot, Lin Bai said coldly. Looking back, he looked at the explosive Ape King. Now it's time to kill you. Lin Bai turned his sword and rushed towards the explosive Ape King. When the explosive Ape King saw Huang Feng being killed, there was a trace of anger in his eyes. He roared angrily, as if giving an order. Sure enough, with the roar of the exploding Ape King, the exploding apes in the entire canyon rushed up and drowned Lin Bai like a flood of beasts. Cut. The moment the explosive ape submerged Lin Bai's body, a sword light shot into the sky, killing all the explosive apes around him into pieces. This sword killed more than 20 explosive apes. Roar, roar, when the explosive ape saw this scene, his eyes became even redder and angrier. They all yelled at Lin Bai. You only know how to bark, if you have the seeds, come and shoot. Lin Bai sneered and continued to charge towards the explosive Ape King with his sword in hand. All the explosive apes along the way were killed by Lin Bai, and the blood essence was immediately refined into the power of Qi and blood, which was absorbed by Lin Bai. 20 explosive apes died under Lin Bai's sword, 30 explosive apes died under Lin Bai's sword, 50 explosive apes died under Lin Bai's sword. Mine, brother Sun Qian, everyone says monsters are scary. Why do I feel like this person is scarier than monsters? Yes, it is simply a humanoid monster, that the 2 surviving Sword Alliance warriors said to Sun Qian with a surprised look on their faces. I didn't expect that he would be so strong. Sun Qian was very excited. The stronger Lin Bai is, the greater their chances of leaving this place will be. At this moment, an explosive ape that looked like it had just reached adulthood punched Lin Bai in the face. 5th level of Zhenwu, this level is not enough for me. A sword flew out, the sword energy swept the world, and the sound exploded, shaking the void and hitting the explosive ape at the 5th level of Zhenwu. The diameter of the sword energy cut him in half. Roar! Seeing this explosive ape die under Lin Bai's sword, the explosive Ape King roared violently with boundless anger and desolation. Finally, it can no longer remain indifferent. The explosive Ape King jumped down from the top of the mountain and landed in front of Lin Bai, his eyes showing monstrous anger. When Lin Bai saw the explosive Ape King coming down, he immediately sneered. Looking back, he saw that the entire canyon was filled with the corpses of the explosive ape. This group of explosive ape demons, consisting of more than 100 explosive apes, were almost all killed by Lin Bai. I've killed so many explosive apes, but I still haven't broken through to the 4th level of Zhenwu. Does the god and demon prison suppressing technique require so much energy and blood power now? I wonder if I can break through to the 4th level of martial arts after killing the explosive ape in front of me. Lin Bai raised his sword energy and rushed towards the explosive Ape King. Lin Bai had no sympathy for the explosive Ape King. Chapter 72 Kill the Explosive Ape King. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Bai and the explosive Ape King looked at each other, with anger in their eyes. Lin Bai had killed so many monsters from the explosive Ape King clan, and the explosive Ape King would definitely not let Lin Bai go, and Lin Bai couldn't leave this canyon unless he killed the explosive Ape King. One wants revenge, the other wants to survive. A cold-blooded sword. Lin Bai was the first to take action, and the scarlet sword light condensed into a bloody starlight and struck the explosive Ape King swiftly. Roar! The explosive Ape King cannot speak, but his anger can be heard when he roars. He punched out and shattered Lin Bai's sword light. After shattering the sword light, the explosive Ape King took a step forward, picked up a 10,000 gene stone next to him, and threw it towards Lin Bai. Break! Lin Bai's eyes flashed coldly, and he slashed down with his sword, blasting the 10,000 kilograms of rocks that were attacking him into pieces. A huge boulder of 10,000 kilograms suddenly exploded in front of Lin Bai. Before the rubble could fall to the ground, a huge creature appeared in front of Lin Bai, and punched Lin Bai's chest from the rubble. No. Extreme shadow step. An afterimage remained in place, and Lin Bai's body had already moved 10 meters back. With a bang, the air exploded, deafening. The sudden punch from the explosive Ape King shattered Lin Bai's afterimage into pieces. It's so dangerous. Fortunately, I found a martial arts skill before coming to Luoyan Mountain. Otherwise, I would definitely not be able to dodge the punch from the explosive Ape King. If this punch really hits my body, it will break all my internal organs. The monsters at the 6th level of Jinwu are indeed much stronger than the warriors at the 6th level of Jinwu. Don't take it lightly. Lin Bairu muttered in his heart, for the exploding Ape King, this might be the second terrifying monster that Lin Bai had encountered in his life. The first one is the Thunder Frog in the Thunder. Meteor falling moon slash. After the explosive Ape King's punch fell and the power dissipated, Lin Bai immediately used the extreme shadow step, turning into several afterimages and quickly approaching the explosive Ape King. The sword's edge soared into the sky and slashed down in anger. Meteor falling moon slash fell once again, with boundless terrifying power coming like the end of the world. Puff. The explosive Ape King was slashed on the chest by Lin Bai's sword. The sword mark chopped into pieces of flesh and blood, and the bones were clearly visible. Roar! The explosive Ape King was furious and waved his steel-like fist, angrily smashing it down at Lin Bai. Every punch hit the stone wall, leaving a big hole 3 inches deep, and the hard stone wall was shattered like tofu. God damn Lone Star! After being attacked by the explosive Ape King with dozens of punches, Lin Bai struck directly at the explosive Ape King's left arm with his sword. Puff. This sword energy slashed down and cut off the left arm of the exploding Ape King. The explosive Ape King wailed repeatedly and retreated in agony. What a great opportunity, it's my turn. The moment the explosive Ape King retreated, Lin Bai looked overjoyed and charged forward angrily with his sword raised. A ray of sword light fell down like never before. The terrifying power crushed the surrounding air to pieces, and the void seemed to be shaking. The third form of the star-cutting sword technique, cut across the starry sky. Boom. One sword fall, catastrophe. The explosive Ape King looked furious. When he looked up and saw the sword falling, the anger on his face disappeared and turned into a look of fear. Bang. The sword fell and cut off half of the explosive Ape King's head. Roar! The explosive Ape King roared again. Hoo-hoo-hoo! Suddenly at this moment, the spiritual energy around him rushed into the body of the explosive Ape King uncontrollably. How is this going? Lin Bai was shocked. Be careful Lin Bai, the explosive Ape King is going to blow himself up. Sun Qian exclaimed and reminded at this time. Self-explosion in Dantian. Lin Bai said in great surprise, the Dantian of a monster is different from that of a warrior. In addition to condensing demon power, the Dantian of a monster can also self-destruct, and the power of self-destruction is very terrifying. Just like the explosive Ape King's current self-destruction, it is powerful enough to level this canyon to the ground. I want to blow myself up, have you asked me? Lin Bai snorted coldly. At this time, a hint of will appeared from Lin Bai's body. Every speck of dust, every weed, every flower, and every breath of air around him turned into a sharp sword at this moment. Sword intent, meteor falling moon slash. Using the extreme shadow step, Lin Bai quickly approached the explosive Ape King who was hoarding spiritual energy and preparing to self-destruct. The sword came down hard. This sword, like the power of a god, fell on the explosive Ape King, cutting the explosive Ape King in half from head to toe. The martial arts with the blessing of sword intention are indeed twice as powerful as those normally displayed. Lin Bai saw that one of his moves directly cut the body of the explosive Ape King in the 6th level of Jinwu into 2 halves, and he was filled with ecstasy. The power of sword intent is too strong. The sword technique blessed by the sword intention becomes even more powerful. If Lin Bai's ordinary move, meteor falling moon slash, would at best be able to send the explosive Ape King flying away, making him unable to kill him, but after the blessing of the sword, it directly cut the explosive Ape King in half from head to toe. Absorbing the energy and blood of the explosive Ape King, I wonder if I can break through to the 4th level of Jinwu. Lin Bai immediately took a breath and launched the god and demon prison suppression technique. The explosive ape king, who was at the 6th level of Zhenwu, had all his energy and blood swallowed into Lin Bai's body. Kaka, there was a crisp sound. Lin Bai's martial arts cultivation had officially broken through to the 4th level of true martial arts. It's so dangerous, I almost couldn't break through. I am currently at the 4th level of Zhenwu. I am afraid that I have to absorb demonic beasts from around the 7th level of Zhenwu in order to quickly improve my cultivation. But this kind of monster is still a bit troublesome for me to deal with now. Lin Bai said somewhat depressedly. Lin Bai had just used the 3rd level of Zhenwu to kill the monsters at the 6th level of Zhenwu, almost forcing out all of his trump cards. If one is fine, but if there is one more, then Lin Bai is in danger. It would be great if I could sell demon blood. But I don't have any spiritual stones now. Lin Bai just thought of an idea, but was immediately overturned by himself. Immediately afterwards, Lin Bai swung his sword up and killed all the 5 remaining explosive apes in the canyon. This group of explosive apes was all killed by Lin Bai. With the power of one person, he defeated a group of demons at the 6th level of Zhenwu. That's amazing. With this kind of strength, he can be regarded as ranked number 1 in the outer sect. Sun Qian and the other 2 Sword Alliance warriors ran towards Lin Bai with joyful expressions on their faces. Originally, they all thought that they would definitely die today. After being besieged by the explosive ape and betrayed by Huang Feng, it was already a dead end, but he was suddenly saved by Lin Bai. Lin Bai, you are so awesome. Sun Qian ran to Lin Bai's side and said happily. It's just a fluke. Lin Bai smiled lightly. A fluke? Sun Qian smiled bitterly and looked back at the explosive ape monsters in the wilds of the mountains. If this was all a fluke, then how terrifying it would be for Lin Bai to be serious. However, at this moment, the stone wall sealing the exit of the canyon was suddenly shattered. Thousands of gravels were swaying into the canyon. Somebody is coming. Lin Bai looked intently at the entrance of the canyon, and a group of warriors walked in a mighty manner. The warrior of the Divine Alliance. Chapter 73 Breaking Out of the Siege. You are listening at novelfull.audio. With a loud bang, the stone wall sealing the entrance to the canyon was shattered from the outside, and gravel was poured into the canyon. Immediately, a group of warriors, about 20 people, walked into the canyon in a mighty manner. They were also shocked when they saw the corpses of explosive apes all over the mountains and fields. The warrior of the Divine Alliance. Lin Bai took a closer look and saw that the words Shenmeng were embroidered on the chests of these people's clothes. All warriors of the Divine Alliance will be issued uniform clothes. Although these clothes are made of ordinary materials, the word Shen Alliance on the chest is worth tens of thousands of gold. As soon as the outer doors saw the words on their clothes, they knew that these people were warriors of the Divine Alliance. If anyone dares to pretend to be a warrior from the Divine Alliance, then the Divine Alliance will be furious and will definitely die with no body intact. Similarly, the words Sword Alliance were embroidered on the clothes of Sun Qian, Huang Feng and others. This group of explosive ape monsters was actually all killed. It's just a demon beast lair at the 6th level of Zhenwu. It's nothing to be shocked about. The Divine Alliance has no interest in this kind of demon group at all. Some of these Divine Alliance warriors were surprised, while some were dismissive. It's Zheng Yuhua. Lin Bai saw Zheng Yuhua among this group of Divine Alliance warriors, and Lin Bai's eyes dimmed immediately. When Lin Bai saw Zheng Yuhua naturally also saw Lin Bai. Brother, he is Lin Bai. Zheng Yuhua pointed at Lin Bai, and Zheng Yuqing raised his head and looked at Lin Bai with disdain. Sun Qian stepped forward at this time and said in a friendly manner, it turns out he is a friend of the Shenmeng. Who is your friend? Why are you calling him nonsense? Zheng Yuhua glared at Sun Qian displeased and said. The Sword Alliance actually paid such a heavy price in order to clear out a demonic beast's lair at the 6th level of Zhenwu. A trash alliance is a trash alliance. Zheng Yuqing glanced at Sun Qian and said with a sarcastic smile. Sun Qian had a friendly smile on his face, but he couldn't help but laugh after hearing the 2 words spoken by Zheng Yuhua and Zheng Yuqing. Sun Qian stood there awkwardly, not knowing what to say. Originally, Sun Qian planned to step forward and persuade Jin Yuhua and Jin Yuqing to leave on the grounds that they were both disciples of the Lingjian sect. But these two people didn't give any face at all, so it was naturally impossible for them to leave. "Come here," Jin Yuqing sneered, stretched out a finger, and shouted to Lin Bian contemptuously. Sun Qian and the other two Sword Alliance warriors were startled and looked at Lin Bai. "Sure enough, he came for me." Lin Bai sneered in his heart. Lin Bai's narrow eyes revealed a hint of coldness as he looked at these Divine Alliance warriors. Jin Yuhua is a warrior at the 6th level of the true martial realm, while the rest of the Divine Alliance warriors are at the 5th level of the true martial realm, but Lin Bai couldn't see through Jin Yuqing's cultivation. He secretly guessed that Jin Yuqing must be at least the 7th or 8th level of Jinwu. Sun Qian saw Jin Yuqing shouting to Lin Bai. Because Lin Bai had saved his life just now, Sun Qian asked, "Senior brother, I don't know where this little brother has offended you. Can you see it for the sake of the Sword Alliance? Spare him once. Do you have the right to speak here?" Jin Yuqing was immediately displeased. He raised his hand and hit Sun Qian in the chest. Sun Qian was knocked away and landed 10 meters away, vomiting blood. "If you dare to interrupt, I will kill you," Jin Yuqing said to Sun Qian domineeringly. After being seriously injured by Jin Yuqing's palm, Sun Qian's face was full of horror and he did not dare to say another word. "I told you to get here, didn't you hear me?" After injuring Sun Qian, Jin Yuqing yelled at Lin Bai with a hint of anger. Jin Yuhua sneered at this moment and said, "Lin Bai, I said before, taking things belonging to my Divine Alliance is equivalent to getting the death talisman of the Palace of Hell. You come here quickly, hand over the shadow steps, and commit suicide in front of us. We can still keep your whole body." Jin Yuhua sneered. "Ha, are all the warriors of the Divine Alliance so domineering? Do you really think that the Divine Alliance can dominate the Spirit Sword sect? Arrogant," Lin Bai said disdainfully. "Ha, good boy, today I will use my strength to tell you that our Divine Alliance is the king of the Spirit Sword sect. And you ant disciples can only kneel at the feet of the Divine Alliance to survive." Jin Yuqing roared angrily and flew towards Lin Bai. Hearing this, Sun Qian and the other two Sword Alliance warriors were furious. "Is the League of Gods amazing? Isn't it just that there is a young sect leader to back you up? Without him, you, the Divine Alliance, will be a weakling." Sun Qian and the other two Sword Alliance warriors roared furiously in their hearts, but they dare not say it in public. "Go to hell." Jin Yuqing flew forward and unleashed the power of heaven and earth with one punch. It was like the power of a true god descending to earth, hitting Lin Bai's chest directly. Not good. A cold-blooded sword. Meteor falling moon slash. God-damn lone star. Cross the starry sky. Faced with Jin Yuqing's fierce punch attack, Lin Bai slashed out 4 sword energy in succession and faced the attack. "Ha ha ha, in front of my big brother, your sword skills are so weak that they fall apart." Jin Yuhua laughed wildly and said, "Lin Bai, don't resist, you will definitely die today. You are so small, but you still dare to show off." BQG 5200 www.bqg5200.xyz. Jin Yuqing laughed disdainfully and punched down, shattering all 4 of Lin Bai's sword skills. Then the punch landed heavily on Lin Bai's chest. Poof. Lin Bai spat out a mouthful of blood on the spot, and there was a fist mark about an inch deep on his chest. The terrifying punch force rushed into Lin Bai's body, shaking Lin Bai's internal organs to split, and he almost died on the spot. 9th level of Jinwu. Lin Bai flew more than 100 meters and hit the pile of explosive ape corpses. He said with a horrified look in his eyes. "Ha! He's not dead yet." Jin Yuqing punched down and was a little surprised to see that Lin Bai was not dead. Jin Yuqing was a little angry because the 9th level of Jinwu didn't kill a warrior of the 3rd level of Jinwu with one punch. "Then give me another punch." With a slightly angry look on his face, Jin Yuqing rushed forward and aimed his punch at Lin Bai again. "I, Lin Bai, have written down today's revenge. When he has cultivated enough, he will definitely take revenge." Lin Bai still knew that he was no match for Jin Yuqing, so he turned around and ran away without saying a word. The G shadow step was pushed to the extreme, and Lin Bai's figure turned into an afterimage and slipped away from Jing Yuqing's fist. Jing Yuqing looked back and saw Lin Bai heading straight for the exit of the canyon. "Stop him!" Jing Yuqing roared angrily. "Ha ha ha, there is a way to heaven but you don't take it, and there is no door to hell but you break in. Brothers, kill him!" Jing Yuhua and other Shenmeng warriors blocked the exit. When they saw Lin Bai rushing over, they immediately laughed wildly. These Shenmeng warriors laughed wildly, escaped from their weapons, and rushed towards Lin Bian. "Kill! Things like ants dare to mess with our divine alliance. You don't overestimate your capabilities. You deserve to be killed. Ants like you should be stepped on by us." As soon as Lin Bai arrived, these divine alliance warriors rushed up. "Get away! Sword intent! Cut across the starry sky!" Lin Bai didn't give them any chance at all. He directly activated his sword intention, and the strongest move of the star-cutting sword technique came down with a crash. An unrivaled sword energy descended from the sky and fell to the ground, shaking the earth. A sword flew out, and the sword energy dragged a sword mark about 1 meter wide on the ground. What a terrifying power! Oh my god, this sword is almost as powerful as a full-strength strike from the 6th level of Jinwu. No, don't kill me. The sword energy rushed over and killed all the Divine Alliance warriors head-on. Killing more than 20 Divine Alliance warriors at the 5th level of true martial arts with one sword, this kind of power is enough to shock the Spirit Sword sect. No, big brother, save me. Jing Yuhua was injured by this sword energy and fell in a pool of blood. Go to hell. Sword intent, meteor falling moon slash. A sword struck forward and split Jing Yuhua into 2 halves. After killing Jing Yuhua, Lin Bai rushed out of the canyon before he could take away his storage bag. No. Jing Yuqing saw his own brother died under Lin Bai's sword, and roared with a ferocious face, "Lin Bai, even if you escape to the ends of the earth today, I will definitely take your life." Jing Yuqing roared and rushed out with Lin Bai. Chapter 74 Eight-Winged Dragon Python. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Killed more than 20 warriors of the 5th level of true martial arts with one sword. This sword directly frightened Sun Qian and others into silence. The strength that Lin Bai showed now was completely different from the previous fierce battle with the explosive Ape King. It's a trump card that leaves no room at all once it's released. It's extremely powerful. No. Yuhua. Jing Yuqing saw Jing Yuhua lying in a pool of blood, his eyes red and angry like a beast. "Lin Bai, even if you escape to the ends of the earth today, I will definitely take your head to pay tribute to my brother. Those who kill will be killed. Since you are here to kill me, you should be prepared to be killed by me." Lin Bai and Jing Yuqing rushed out of the canyon one after another. "Brother Sun Qian, what should we do now?" Lin Bai had saved the lives of the other 2 Sword Alliance warriors. Now that they saw Lin Bai being chased, they felt anxious. "Sun Qiandao, Jing Yuqing is one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect, we are no match. Lin Bai, I'm afraid this time it's going to be much worse." Sun Qian could almost imagine the scene where Lin Bai was caught up by Jing Yuqing and then brutally killed. Just in time, a heroic woman came to the canyon with a pair of men and horses. "Leader, why are you here?" Sun Qian shouted in surprise when he saw this woman. The person who came was suddenly the leader of the Sword Alliance, Li Qingxian. Li Qingxian saw that the entire canyon was filled with corpses of monsters, and the scene was particularly bloody. "The elder of the mission hall just informed me that the data on the explosive ape demon group is wrong. There are not 50 demons in the group, but more than 100. I was worried that something might happen to you, so I came after you. I didn't expect you to actually kill all the monsters." Li Qingxian looked at the canyon filled with blood in surprise. Sun Qian smiled bitterly and said, "We didn't kill this." "Huh?" Li Qingxian looked at Sun Qian doubtfully. "It's Lin Bai." Sun Qian told Li Qingxian about Lin Bai's incident in the canyon. Of course, Sun Qian also told Li Qingxian about Huang Feng's betrayal. "Huang Feng. Have a good death," Li Qingxian said coldly. So Jing Yuqing went after Lin Bai. Li Qingxian asked in surprise. Yes. Sun Qian said. When Li Qingxian heard this, his eyes darkened. Zheng Yuqing is at the 9th level of Zhenwu and one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. He has extraordinary strength. I'm afraid Lin Bai is in danger this time. Old dog, how long are you going to chase me? Lin Bai used the extreme shadow step and taught it quickly in the forest, avoiding the punches coming from Zheng Yuqing behind him. Even though Lin Bai was extremely fast, he was hit in the body by Zheng Yuqing several times, leaving his mouth full of blood. Lin Bai, you killed my brother, I won't let you leave the Luoyan mountains today. Zheng Yuqing was behind, shouting at Lin Bai with a ferocious face. Damn it! Lin Bai cursed in a low voice, his expression gloomy. Lin Bai was chased by Zheng Yuqing throughout the Luoyan mountains and fled in panic. Oh my god! Is that Zheng Yuqing? One of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. Who is he chasing? I don't know. Anyway, this person is dead. If he offends the top 10 disciples of the outer sect, none of them will survive. Yes, and there are many warriors from the Divine Alliance. For 7 days, Lin Bai was chased and fled most of the Luoyan mountains. When I am strong enough, I will definitely kill you. Zheng Yuqing, just wait for me. In 7 days, Lin Bai was killed 5 times with blood by Zheng Yuqing. Fortunately, Ji Yingbu did not let Lin Bai die at the critical moment. Otherwise, Lin Bai should have died long ago. To make Lin Bai so embarrassed, Lin Bai secretly made up his mind to seek revenge on Zheng Yuqing when his strength improves. The other side, more than 500 warriors from the Divine Alliance gathered in a large mountain in the Luoyan mountains, surrounded by hundreds of warriors. A young man with a handsome face, eyes slightly closed, and an imposing manner sat cross-legged. Beside this young man, there were several more heroic young men standing, and they showed special respect to the young man sitting cross-legged. If there are outsiders here, they will definitely recognize that these 5 standing young men are actually one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. They are Su Zilong, Huang Fei, Xiang Tianyi, and Su Qilin, and the leading young man was surprisingly the second among the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. When Yuanjia's cultivation level was extremely terrifying, having reached the 3rd level of Xuanwu realm. Where's Zheng Yuqing? Why haven't you come yet? When Yuanjia asked slightly angrily, when Yuanjia brought people to defeat the monsters of the 9th level of Xuanwu this time. Zheng Yuqing must put in a lot of effort. Without him, I am afraid that many more people in the Divine Alliance will die, Su Qilin said calmly. Zheng Yuqing said he was going to kill a warrior who had offended the Divine Alliance, but he has been gone for 7 days and has not come back. He doesn't know what he is doing, Su Zilong said. I have some news. The warrior who offended the Divine Alliance killed his brother Zheng Yuhua. He is now chasing this person in the Luoyan mountains. If you fail to succeed, you will fail. When Yuanjia opened his eyes, showing a trace of anger. No wait, let's get started. The 8-winged dragon python should be in the final stage of molting. It is at its weakest at this moment. Once he successfully molts and breaks through to the Earth Martial Realm, I am afraid we will no longer be our opponents. Let's do it. When Yuanjia prepared himself and walked towards the mountains. Okay. Immediately, Su Zilong, Su Qilin, Xiang Tianyi and other genius disciples followed when Yuanjia, more than 500 warriors from the Divine Alliance walked into the mountains, and soon a deafening roar came from within the mountains. The angry roar spread hundreds of miles, the air exploded, and the sky and the earth turned pale. At this moment, almost all warriors within 1,000 miles can feel this terrifying aura of power. Boom! Lin Bai was walking quickly in the forest, and suddenly felt a tremor on the ground. In the distance, a wild breath of power rushed towards him in an instant. Oh my god! This kind of power can only be exerted by those in the Xuanwu realm. Could it be that a treasure was born? After Lin Bai was startled, his face showed a hint of excitement. Immediately, Lin Bai's expression darkened again. When I am strong enough, Zheng Yuqing, just wait to die. Lin Bai rushed towards the place where this force was strongest. Zheng Yuqing caught up immediately. Ha ha ha, Lin Bai, you are really looking for death. You dare to chase in this direction. I heard that senior brother is leading more than 500 Divine Alliance warriors to hunt the 8-winged dragon python. You are seeking death if you go. Let me see how you are going to run away this time. Jing Yuqing immediately chased after him. Lin Bai quickly came to the mountains. He saw countless warriors within the mountains, surrounding the giant python that was as big as a mountain. This giant python has golden scales all over its body, a pair of dragon horns on its head, and its eyes are as majestic as a real dragon. The most important thing is that there are 8 huge flesh wings on the snake's back. This is the flying dragon python, known as the descendants of true dragons. Under the flying dragon python, there were 6 people who used powerful martial arts to attack the flying dragon python's weak ribs with fist light, sword light, palm prints, and sword arms. Every attack made the flying dragon python scream in agony. Su Zilong and Xiang Tianyi are really enemies of each other. Lin Bai was lying on the mountain and saw 2 of the people besieging the flying dragon python. They were one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect who had a grudge against him. Who is that person? Lin Bai saw again, a young man with a fist that reached the sky, and every punch landed with the power of confidence. His face was as usual, even when facing the 8-winged dragon python at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm, he still showed confidence. Chapter 75 Whereabouts Exposed. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A young man, with fists reaching the sky, and every punch landed with the power of confidence. His expression was as usual, even when facing the 8-winged dragon python at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm, he still showed confidence. He is the main force attacking the flying dragon python. He is also the strongest among these warriors. This person's strength should rank among the top 3 of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. Lin Bai was afraid of Wen Yuanjia's power, but this is normal. Wen Yuanjia's strength is already at the 3rd level of Xuanwu realm, which is really 10 levels higher than Lin Bai. A demon beast at the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm. I don't know how much his demon blood can improve my realm. At least we can break through to the 7th level of Zhenwu. Thinking of this, Lin Bai felt hot and excited, his whole body felt hot, and his lips were chapped. But with so many Divine Alliance warriors, it might not be easy to snatch this 9th level Xuanwu monster away from them. After Lin Bai was excited for a while, he calmed down and analyzed the pros and cons. Jing Yuqing, why did you come just now? Why don't you take action quickly? At this moment, when Yuanjia saw Jing Yuqing who had just arrived and roared angrily, at this time, Jing Yuqing had no intention of dealing with the 8-winged dragon python. He wanted to find Lin Bai. Brother Wen Yuanjia, did you see a young man running in? His name is Lin Bai. When they heard the word Lin Bai, Su Zilong and Xiang Tianyi both showed murderous intent. When Yuanjia was furious. Jing Yuqing, if you don't take action and delay my affairs, I will definitely not be able to spare you. What Lin Bai? I didn't see it. Then Lin Bai is just a clown. After we kill this monster of the 9th level of Xuanwu, I will go and kill him for you myself, okay? When Yuanjia said to Jing Yuqing angrily. Jing Yuqing, don't worry. I have a 3-month martial arts agreement with Lin Bai. After 3 months, I will kill him for you. Now take action quickly and help senior brother Wen Yuanjia kill this monster. Xiang Tianyi also shouted anxiously at this moment. The power of the flying dragon python was so strong that it killed more than a dozen Divine Alliance warriors with one sweep of its tail. No, we all have a grudge against him. This person has offended our Divine Alliance, and he cannot escape. Su Zilong also roared. Oh well. Jing Yuqing felt happy when he heard that Lin Bai had offended so many masters of the Divine Alliance. He put Lin Bai down first and helped Wen Yuanjia attack the monster. This person actually wants to kill me. Humph. The warriors of the Divine Alliance are really domineering. They can kill whoever they want. When Lin Bai heard Wen Yuanjia's roar, he suddenly sneered in his heart. With the addition of Jing Yuqing, nearly half of the 500 Divine Alliance warriors were damaged. The 8-winged dragon python finally let out a mournful cry and spilled blood into the sky, losing to the crowd. Thump. Thump. When the 8-winged dragon python saw that it was defeated by everyone, it immediately moved the wings on its back. The 4 pairs of wings worked together and flew into the sky with its huge body of 8-foot dragon veins. No, the 8-winged dragon python is trying to escape. We must not let them escape. Zheng Yuqing, Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong, Su Qilin, use Yin and Yang hooks, that when Yuanjia saw the 8-winged dragon python trying to run away, he immediately roared anxiously, in order to kill this monster of the 9th level of Xuanwu. The Divine Alliance injured nearly 300 warriors and dispatched 6 of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect. If the 8-winged dragon python could not be killed, I am afraid that if word spreads, this matter will become a major issue for the Divine Alliance. The Laughing Stock. Call. 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 Hearing Yuanjia's roar, Su Zilong, Xiang Tianyi, Su Qilin, and Zheng Yuqing took out an iron rope hook from their storage bag and threw it up. The hook tightly clasped the wings of the 8-winged dragon python, and the 4 geniuses worked together to pull the huge body of the flying dragon python from the sky. The Yin and Yang hook is a weapon specially used to trap these large monsters. Once the hook hooks a person, it is absolutely impossible to remove it unless the flesh and skin are torn off, and when Yuanjia invited Su Zilong, Xiang Tianyi, Su Qilin, and Zheng Yuqing to come here just to catch the 8-winged dragon python when it escaped, so before, Zheng Yuqing broke through to hunt down Lin Bai, which made Yuanjia furious. Pull it down, Xiang Tianyi roared angrily. The 4 geniuses were all at the pinnacle of the 9th level of martial arts. Their strength was terrifying. With all their strength, they pulled the 8-winged dragon python from the sky and threw it into the mountains. Behead, when Yuanjia rushed forward at this moment, his figure like a ghost draped over the head of the 8-winged dragon python. Bump. The 8-winged dragon python's head was broken in half by Yuanjia's palm, and blood gushed out, but he failed to directly kill the 8-winged dragon python. You evil beast will not die. When Yuanjia severely injured the 8-winged dragon python with one palm, he was immediately overjoyed. Now the 8-winged dragon python was covered in scars and could not withstand Yuanjia's few palms. Roar. The 8-winged dragon python howled repeatedly and stared at Yuanjia with red eyes. Yuanjia became murderous and struck down with 8 palms in a row, killing the 8-winged dragon python. Seeing this scene, Lin Bai felt a little excited, and kept asking himself, robbing it or not? Robbing it or not? Robbing it or not? Who is this? He's sneaky. At this time, a Divine Alliance warrior on the edge suddenly discovered Lin Bai lying on the hillside and immediately exclaimed. Who? Come out and die. Get out. A large group of Divine Alliance warriors heard the sound and came towards the hillside. Lin Bai had no choice but to reveal his figure. Lin Bai. Lin Bai. Lin Bai. 3 consecutive roars came from the mouths of Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong, and Zheng Yuqing, when Yuanjia had just killed the 8-winged dragon python and looked ecstatic. When he heard the 3 men roaring, he looked back. Zheng Yuqing, is he Lin Bai who killed your brother? Yes, senior brother Yuanjia. Zheng Yuqing said with hatred. Okay, I promised you that I would help you kill Lin Bai and avenge your brother. Now that I have agreed, I will not regret it. When Yuanjia stood up and looked at Lin Bai with contempt, you, come here and die. It's a joke. If you ask me to come over, I will go over. Lin Bai turned around and ran out along the hillside. Still trying to run away. Humph, you're looking for death. When Yuanjia snorted coldly, with disdain on his face, in his eyes, Lin Bai was like an ant that could be crushed to death with one finger, and he didn't even have the guts to make a move. Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong, it seems that you also have a grudge against him. In that case, you and Zheng Yuqing go to kill him. Yuanjia arranged. Yes. Senior brother Yuanjia, Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong said. Ha ha ha, Lin Bai, it seems you won't survive the competition in 3 months. The warriors who really seek death and dare to offend our Divine Alliance in the Lingjian sect haven't even been born yet. Court death. Zheng Yuqing, Xiang Tianyi, and Su Zilong all rushed towards Lin Bai. The momentum of the 3 genius disciples of the 9th level of Zhenwu condensed into a torrent and charged towards Lin Bai. the murderous intention was so overwhelming that Lin Bai felt a chill all over his body. Chapter 76 Seizing Food from the Tiger's Mouth. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hundreds of warriors responded to the sound and rushed towards Lin Baifei. The leaders were Su Zilong, Xiang Tianyi, and Zheng Yuqing. These three people had murderous looks on their faces. Shenmeng, our feud is over. Lin Bai turned around, spread out his shadow steps, and ran away quickly, facing Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong, and Zheng Yuqing, three masters of the 9th level of Jinwu. It was already very difficult for Lin Bai to pursue them. What's more, there were hundreds of warriors coming to kill them all. This thunderous and powerful offensive was enough to tear Lin Bai into pieces in an instant. Lin Bai also knew very well that he was an impossible opponent. If you want to run away, where can you run to? Suddenly, at this moment, Su Qilin appeared in front of Lin Bai and stopped Lin Bai with a sneer. Ha! Su Qilin's family martial arts Qilin step is much more powerful than your shadow step. Xiang Tianyi caught up with him at this moment and said with a wild laugh. Lin Bai was surrounded on all sides, and his face was extremely ugly. Lin Bai, are you going to kill yourself, or are we going to do it? Xiang Tianyi sneered. You guys are a bunch of rubbish, you can't possibly be killed. Lin Bai's eyes were cold and he said lightly. Ha! You are talking arrogantly, do you still think you can leave alive today? Su Qilin laughed wildly and said, I will let you see the consequences of offending our divine alliance today, that is, you will die without a complete body. Kill him, Su Qilin roared, and Su Zilong, Su Qilin, Xiang Tianyi, and Zheng Yuqing rushed towards Lin Bai. Sword intent. Meteor falling moon slash. God-damn lone star. Crossing the starry sky. Lin Bai almost didn't think at all. He used his sword intent in diameter, combined with the star-cutting sword technique, and attacked fiercely. If you dare to show off your trivial skills, go to hell. Su Qilin's movement was extremely fast, and he was in front of Lin Bai in an instant. He punched out hard, shattering all Lin Bai's attacks, and then hit Lin Bai with a heavy punch. Su Qilin's punch was so powerful that Lin Bai was frightened. Dragon arm, roar. The low and loud roar of the dragon spread throughout the world, and he punched Su Qilin, poof. The two fists collided, and both Lin Bai and Su Qilin flew out like kites with broken strings. Su Qilin fell 10 meters away, his skin cracked and blood gushing out. How is this possible? How could you hurt me? Su Qilin said with astonishment in his eyes as he sat on the ground. Lin Bai's injuries were even more serious, and his internal organs were almost chopped into pieces by Su Qilin's punch. Shenmeng, Lin Bai, have recorded this revenge. Lin Bai then flew backwards and headed straight for Wen Yuanjia. Now there is no other way but to grab a wave. If I continue to fight them, I will have to die here. Lin Bai knew very well in his heart that Su Qilin was so strong, and there were many top 10 disciples from the outer sect such as Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong, Zheng Yuqing, etc. Lin Bai would not be his opponent at all. Looking for death, when Wen Yuanjia saw Lin Bai coming towards him, he immediately sneered. After giving Lin Bai a contemptuous look, he flicked his fingers and a spiritual light shot out from his fingers. This finger was gleaming with golden light, and it contained a power that could destroy the world, making Lin Bai's whole body shiver and making his hair stand on end. Dragon arm, Lin Bai punched out again and blocked the finger. It's interesting. If you can block my finger, you will be able to smile. While Wen Yuanjia was chatting and laughing, he took one step forward and rushed towards Lin Bai with unparalleled power as if he were dominating the world. Approaching in front of him, he punched out, the air exploded, and the world was shaken. Die, Wen Yuanjia snorted coldly. Grandma's Dragon Power Sword Qi. As soon as the true energy was activated, a trace of blood-red sword energy, which was lying quietly in Lin Bai's dantian, quickly rushed out of the dantian, followed the meridians, and injected into the sword body. The sword's edge soared into the sky, slashing down angrily, and a sword energy that created the world suddenly slashed out, boom. There was an earth-shaking loud noise, and the sword energy immediately cracked the ground, and the surrounding mountains collapsed. A dragon sword energy, a force of 90,000 kilograms. What? Not good. That when Yuanjia was startled and felt pressure from Lin Bai's sword energy, he quickly adjusted his posture, and his whole body was full of vitality. Shanhe fist. That when Yuanjia punched out again, colliding with lonely sword chi, the violent collision kicked up smoke and dust thousands of feet high. When Yuanjia walked out of the smoke and dust, unharmed but with a gloomy look on his face, a warrior at the third level of the true martial realm actually forced Wen Yuanjia to use his martial arts. If word spread, I'm afraid it would make everyone laugh. You bastard, where have you been hiding? That when Yuanjia held his sleeves for a while, and a strong wind suppressed all the smoke and dust, when Yuanjia's eyes were like lightning, looking for Lin Bai. At this moment, Su Zilong, Huang Fei, Su Qilin, Zheng Yuqing, and Xiang Tianyi all came over. Where are the people? After the smoke and dust, Lin Bai had long disappeared. Senior brother Wen Yuanjia, where is he? At this time, Su Qilin pointed at Wen Yuanjia's back with a surprised look on his face. Wen Yuanjia, Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong, Huang Fei, and Zheng Yuqing all looked at them, just in time to see Lin Bai put the body of the eight-winged dragon python into the storage ring with an excited look on his face. Fortunately, with Lin Bai's storage ring, it is not difficult to store the eight-winged dragon python as huge as a mountain. No, seeing this scene, when Yuanjia was so angry that his face turned red, his eyes were bloodshot, and his eyes were about to burst. Give me back the eight-winged dragon python. That when Yuanjia was furious, and used his third-level Xuanwu realm cultivation to kill Lin Bai, 500 Divine Alliance warriors were dispatched, more than 300 people were injured, and the eight-winged dragon python was killed with all the strength of 9 bulls and 2 tigers. Now it was actually put into the storage bag by Lin Bai. How could Wen Yuanjia not be angry at this? When Yuanjia had been observing this eight-winged dragon python for nearly a year, and finally calculated the time when it was shedding its skin, which was when it was at its weakest, and took action to kill it, a year of preparation, a year of hard work, a year of planning, just given to others as a wedding dress. Lin Bai, are you seeking death? Hurry up and hand over the eight-winged dragon python. I'm tired of living. I'm tired of living. I'm so damn tired of living, right? Su Zilong, Xiang Tianyi, and Zheng Yuqing roared angrily and rushed towards Lin Bai. Lin Bai accepted the eight-winged dragon python and saw how angry a few people were. He immediately sneered and said sarcastically, "The majestic warriors of the Divine Alliance actually allowed me, a warrior of the third level of the true martial realm, to take away the eight-winged dragon python from your encirclement. It seems that the Divine Alliance is nothing more than this." After saying that, Lin Bai turned over the mountain, jumped into the forest, and left quickly with his shadow step. Lin Bai, I will definitely kill you. When Yuanjia shouted at Lin Bai's back. If you want to kill me, I will kill you too. Lin Bai snorted coldly. In 3 months, you will all die by my sword. Chapter 77 I Got Rich. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When Yuanjia saw Lin Bai jump into the forest and quickly turned into an afterimage, disappearing without a trace, when Yuanjia, who was at the third level of the Xuanwu realm, chased after him at a high speed, but after chasing him for 1,000 meters, looking at the vast mountains, forests and rocks, he could no longer find any trace of Lin Bai. Returning to the mountain range, he saw the blood of the eight-winged dragon python flowing on the mountain, which made Wen Yuanjia furious. Try to find. Send an order to all the warriors of the Divine Alliance in the Luoyan Mountains. Whoever can kill Lin Bai comes to me with his head in storage ring. I will give him 100,000 spiritual stones, a 2nd-grade spiritual weapon, and a 6th-grade profound level book. Martial arts. If you don't have the ability to kill Lin Bai, you can still get 10,000 spirit stones by providing your location. Wen Yuanjia said. Yes. Senior brother Wen Yuanjia. Don't worry, senior brother Wen Yuanjia, I will return to the sect immediately and mobilize all the warriors of the Divine Alliance. That's right, I'm watching to see if Lin Bai is a fly and can he fly out of our surroundings. Su Zilong, Xiang Tianyi and others said in unison. 3 days later, from the outer gate of Lingjian's sect, thousands of warriors from the Divine Alliance entered the Luoyan Mountains in mighty force. Such a huge movement shocked the entire Lingjian sect. there are more than 1,000 warriors. Such a huge team has all entered the Luoyan Mountains. Is it possible that they are going to fight? Get rich. Get rich. Get rich. After Lin Bai got rid of Wen Yuanjia, his eyes flashed with surprise and he kept saying in his heart, he ran to a deserted place and found a cave. Lin Bai ran in and sealed the entrance to the cave. Opening the storage ring, I saw the 8-winged dragon python lying quietly in the storage space. A monster at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm. Now I'm rich. I wonder how much the 8-winged dragon python's demon blood can improve my cultivation. Let's start. That without much hesitation, Lin Bai took out the body of the 8-winged dragon python and opened the storage ring. A small river of blood flew out of the storage ring and was refined and inhaled by Lin Bai. 4th level of true martial arts. Wow! So fast. So fast. Just at the beginning, the moment the power of qi and blood rushed into Lin Bai's body, Lin Bai's realm broke through to the 4th level of Jinwu. This speed really surprised Lin Bai. Lin Bai was surprised and couldn't help but want to roar. 5th level of true martial arts. Half an hour later, Lin Bai devoured 2/3 of the 8-winged dragon python's energy and blood, and his cultivation level broke through to the 5th level of Jinwu. Continue. 1 day passed. 6th level of true martial arts. Buzz. A low roar came from Lin Bai's body, as if some kind of platycodon had been broken. Lin Bai's face flushed with excitement. This kind of cultivation speed is simply unprecedented. The 8-winged dragon python has been sucked away by me for 80% of its energy and blood, allowing me to break through 3 realms. A demonic beast at the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm, with all its energy and blood, allowed me to break through 3 realms. Lin Bai was a little surprised, if it were not the 8-winged dragon python, but a monster beast at the 7th level of the true martial realm, how much energy and blood power would Lin Bai have to refine to break through to that level? It seems that we have to find some powerful monsters to kill in the future. Or, we can just buy monster blood. Lin Bai slowly considered how to go in the future. The 8-winged dragon python should still have 20% of its energy and blood, which is no longer enough for me to break through to the 7th level of Jinwu. Forget it, let's gather the dragon power sword qi. Before, Lin Bai's dragon power sword qi knocked Wen Yuanjia back, which shows how terrifying this dragon power sword qi is. The divine dragon arm and the dragon power sword qi are the 2 killer weapons in Lin Bai's hands. Condensation. Actuating the dragon river sword technique, the power of qi and blood rolled into a blood dragon and rushed into Lin Bai's dantian. Gather it for me. Lin Bai activated the dragon river sword ju to condense the dragon power sword qi, and generally used the god and demon prison suppression ju to absorb the power of qi and blood. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 13. The remaining energy and blood of the 8-winged dragon python was actually used to condense 13 dragon sword energy. Lin Bai was ecstatic. If 13 rays of dragon power sword qi attack a warrior together, with a force of 1.1 million kilograms, I'm afraid even Wen Yuanjia won't be able to withstand it. Lin Bai was shocked, regarding the dragon power sword qi. This moment gave Lin Bai a new understanding. A dragon power sword energy weighs 90,000 kilograms. 10 dragon power sword energy, 900,000 caddies. 100 dragon power sword energy weighs 9 million kilograms, if one day Lin Bai condenses 100 dragon power sword qi in the true martial realm, and uses them all together, it will be enough to kill the powerful divine elixir. Shock. Lin Bai's eyes were full of fire at this moment. He wished he could kill another monster at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm, and then condensed more than 10 dragon sword energy. That way Lin Bai could dominate the outer sect of the spirit sword sect. I absorbed the 8-winged dragon python of the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm to advance to 3 levels. Is it related to the fact that I only reached the 1st level after practicing the god and demon prison suppression art? If we don't improve the god and demon prison suppression technique, the power of absorbing qi and blood will be compromised. Lin Bai thought of this. Now Lin Bai is already at the 6th level of the true martial realm, but the God and Demon prison suppression technique is only at the first level. Moreover, Lin Bai still needs to practice the God and Demon prison suppressing technique to the 9th level under the realm of Divine Elixir. It seems that we have to find an opportunity to improve the progress of the God and Demon prison suppression technique. We can't just focus on martial arts cultivation. Lin Bai took a deep breath. But now with my level 6 Xinwu cultivation, even if I can't beat the combined forces of Xiang Tianyi, Su Zilong, Jing Yuqing and others, I won't be as embarrassed as I was a few days ago. We just made a breakthrough. Let's consolidate our training and hone our sword skills first, and then go back to the sect. I guess when Yuanjia is going crazy now and is going to climb over the Luoyan mountains to find me. Lin Bai smiled lightly, sitting cross-legged in a cave. Lin Bai began to consolidate his cultivation. The Divine Demon prison suppression technique was slowly activated, slowly fixing Lin Bai's state. Time passed quickly, and Lin Bai stayed in this cave for 2 full months. In fact, Lin Bai went out once last month and found that warriors from the entire Luoyan mountain range were looking for him. And there were people almost everywhere. Lin Bai had no choice but to come back and make plans. After the storm passed, a month later, Lin Bai regained consciousness again. This time, Lin Bai has completely fixed his realm at the peak stage of the 6th level of Xinwu, and may break through at any time. The 13 dragon power sword energy in the body can be controlled at will. The practice of Ji Shadow Step has reached the stage of great success. The star-cutting sword technique has been cultivated to its peak stage. Everything is ready. Okay, 3 months is up. Xiang Tianyi, I'm back. The reason why Lin Bai was preparing to join the sect now was entirely because there was only 1 month left in the 3-month period agreed with Xiang Tianyi. Take the 8-winged dragon python to the treasure house and sell it. You should be able to get a good price. I'm buying some elixirs suitable for the true martial realm, and trying to break through to a new realm, so that I can have enough strength to fight Xiangtian one by one. Chapter 78 I'm back. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After hiding in the Luoyan mountains for more than a month, Lin Bai stepped out of the cave again after raising his cultivation level to the 6th level of Xinwu. After a month of searching, many disciples failed to find Lin Bai, and over time they gave up and returned to the outer gate. Although this time is very dangerous, the risk is worth it. The cultivation of the 6th level of Xinwu and the 13 dragon power sword energy have given Lin Bai enough rewards. After walking out of the cave, Lin Bai headed straight back to Lingjian sect. In the Luoyan mountains today, Lin Bai still saw warriors one after another in the forest, looking for him. Senior brother Wen Yuanjia is really angry this time. He actually offered a reward of 100,000 spiritual stones, a 6th grade Xian level martial skill, and a 2nd grade spiritual weapon to catch Lin Bai. Yes, the most important thing is that if you provide Lin Bai's location, you can get 10,000 spirit stones. It's a pity. Lin Bai seems to be a mouse. He disappeared into the Luoyan mountains and disappeared without a trace. Lin Bai was walking in the forest and heard from a distance that there were 5 or 6 warriors at the 6th level of martial arts talking in low voices. If I get 100,000 spirit stones, a 6th grade Xian level martial arts, and a 2nd grade spiritual weapon, I will definitely become one of the top 10 disciples of the outer sect within a year. A young man said with fiery eyes, Lin Bai, where are you? That warrior, stop. This young man's eyes swept through the forest like an eagle's eyes, and he saw Lin Bai walking by. Have you ever seen the man in the painting? The young man and 5 other martial arts warriors at the 6th level came over and spread out a picture scroll behind Lin Bai. Lin Bai turned around and saw that the man in the scroll had a swollen eyelid, a ferocious face, a pockmarked face, and was picking his nose with his fingers. Nima. The Divine Alliance is so despicable. Can you take a beautiful picture of me? When Lin Bai saw it, he immediately shouted. Am I that ugly? Look, am I that ugly? Lin Bai glared at the 5 or 6 warriors in front of him and asked angrily. These 5 or 6 warriors saw Lin Bai's face clearly, and their eyes suddenly lit up with surprise. You are Lin Bai. Ha ha ha, we are going to get rich, we are going to get rich. 100,000 spirit stones, 6th grade Xuanji martial arts, and 2nd grade spiritual weapons are all ours. The 5 or 6 warriors shouted excitedly. Hey, hey, what are you excited about? That he rolled his eyes at a few people and said with contempt on his face, these 6 warriors are all at the 7th level of martial arts. Now this kind of strength is no longer in Lin Bai's eyes, you can kill with a swing of your sword. Of course we want to capture you and take you back to collect the reward. What nonsense. Kill him and you will get all the rewards. The 6 warriors roared one after another, and the weapons in their hands came out of their bodies in an instant. The light of their fists, palm prints, blades, and swords all rushed towards Lin Bai. You alone are not qualified enough. Lin Bai didn't even draw his sword. He punched out and shattered the attacks of several people, sending all 6 of them flying hard. What? Is it so strong? Amazing. 6 people fell to the ground, vomiting blood. You want to exchange my head for 100,000 spiritual stones. It is impossible to use 6th grade Shen level martial arts and 2nd grade spiritual weapons. But you can use my position in exchange for 10,000 spirit stones. Go tell Xiang Tianyi and Su Zilong that I, Lin Bai, have returned to Lingjian sect. A month later, we'll be waiting for them on the stage of life and death. Lin Bai said coldly, when the time comes, we will take revenge if we have any grudges, and we will retaliate if we have grudges. Get out. After Lin Bai finished speaking, he drank the 6 people away. The 6 people originally thought that Lin Bai was going to kill them on the spot, but they didn't expect that Lin Bai actually let them go. Without saying a word, these 6 people rolled away and crawled away. Before leaving, he said to Lin Bai fiercely, Haha, Lin Bai, you are such a reckless person. You dare to challenge Xiang Tianyi and senior brother Su Zilong. You are overestimating your abilities. You will definitely be beaten by them in a month. Gotta eat shit. After saying that, the 6 people quickly disappeared into the forest. Who eats shit? That's not necessarily the case. Lin Bai turned around, walked into the Lingjian sect, and returned to the new people's courtyard. After returning to the new hospital, I found that only Zhao Taidan was practicing in the room. But, in 2 months, Taidan has broken through to the 1st level of Zhenwu. Lin Bai glanced at Tidan's movements and smiled with satisfaction. Taidan woke up from his room, felt a familiar scent in the yard, and hurriedly ran out. Brother Lin Bai, you are back. Congratulations to you, Taidan, your cultivation is getting better and better. Lin Bai smiled sincerely. Taidan smiled and touched his head and said, I was just lucky, Brother Lin Bai, your cultivation level has broken through, to the 6th level of true martial arts. I was just lucky. Lin Bai smiled. Taidan looked depressed, thinking that the 2 of them had worked hard to break through to the 1st level of Zhenwu. As a result, Lin Bai disappeared for 2 months, and when he came back, he was directly at the 6th level of Zhenwu. This is called a mute-eating Coptis chinensis, because he cannot express the pain. By the way, where is Xiaolong? Lin Bai asked. Taidan said, Brother Xiaolong has received a very difficult task and has been away for half a month. Mission? Lin Bai asked with some confusion. Taidan said, yes, every outer disciple must complete a task for the sect every month. One is to temper the disciples, but also to test the disciples' cultivation. Brother Xiaolong went to take a mission when he was at the 1st level of Zhenwu. The elder gave him a 2-star medium mission, so he has been out for half a month. In the Lingjian sect's mission hall, missions are distributed by the elders. The elders will assign some trial tasks based on the comprehensive strength of each disciple who takes the task. Each task is divided into star levels. 1 star means that a warrior in the martial arts realm can complete it. The 2nd star is the true martial realm. 3 stars is the Xuanwu realm, 4 stars is the Earth martial realm. 5 stars is the Tianwu realm. By analogy, no 6-star mission has ever appeared, because there is only 1 warrior in the entire Lingjian sect who has surpassed the Tianwu realm, and that is the supreme leader of the Lingjian sect, who is also one of the 10 famous Shenwu kings in the Shenwu kingdom. Squeak. At this moment, the door to the courtyard was pushed open. A figure exuding the aura of the explosion strode in. Lin Bai. You are back too. Xiaolong. Lin Bai looked back and saw that it was Qi Xiaolong who walked into the courtyard. Qi Xiaolong exuded this violent aura, and the power in his body surged and was very huge. Upon closer inspection, Qi Xiaolong's cultivation level actually reached the 3rd level of Zhenwu. Xiaolong, Tai Dan said that you have received a 2-star medium task. That can only be completed by a warrior at the 5th level of Zhenwu. Is there any danger for you along the way? Lin Bai asked with concern. It's nothing. The greater the danger, the higher the report. No, I completed this task and was directly promoted to 2 realms, reaching the 3rd level of Zhenwu. Qi Xiaolong laughed happily and said. Lin Bai, you can rest assured that no one will be able to kill you when I'm here for your martial arts contest in 1 month's time. Chapter 79 150,000 Spirit Stones. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Bai, don't worry, I'm here. In the life and death battle between you and Xiang Tianyi in 1 month, no one can kill you. Qi Xiaolong said boldly to Lin Bai. Qi Xiaolong went out to practice so hard because he didn't want to be left too far behind by Lin Bai. This time when he went to the mission hall to take on a mission, Qi Xiaolong deliberately asked the elders to give him a 1.2-star medium mission, in order to catch up with Lin Bai within these 2 months. Let Lin Bai see that Qi Xiaolong is not weak at all. In the trial battle 2 months ago, Qi Xiaolong saw Lin Bai killing everyone, but he could only hide behind and run away in embarrassment. This gave Qi Xiaolong, who was determined to be strong, a great sense of frustration. After returning, Qi Xiaolong practiced hard and wanted to prove himself. Your cultivation level, you are truly at the 6th level of martial arts. Qi Xiaolong had just finished speaking, but when he took a closer look at Lin Bai's cultivation, he was already at the 6th level of Zhenwu. 3 realms higher than him. It was just a fluke. It was a fluke that I got a breakthrough. Lin Bai said with a faint smile. Bang! Qi Xiaolong looked a little sad and responded, unable to laugh anymore. At this moment, Qi Xiaolong felt very depressed. 2 months ago, he and Lin Bai were in the same realm, both at the 9th level of martial arts, but 2 months later, Lin Bai had already left Qi Xiaolong far away. Come on, how about we finally get together and have a drink? Lin Bai suggested. Okay, I've wanted to drink for a long time. Tai Dan was the first to agree. Okay. Qi Xiaolong also smiled and said happily. Immediately, the 3 of them sat in the yard, roasting animal meat, and listened to Qi Xiaolong talk about the dangers and opportunities he encountered along the way. After returning home, Qi Xiaolong and Tai Dan rested one after another, and Lin Bai continued to practice. You are only at the 6th level of martial arts now. It would be great if you could improve your cultivation level. By the way, the bodies of monster beasts at the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm should be very valuable. I wonder if I can sell it for a price at the treasure house. Go and see. Lin Bai just did it, cleaned up, and walked out of the room. Arriving in the courtyard, Lin Bai saw bursts of spiritual power gathering in Qi Xiaolong's room. Xiaolong works really hard. He's so strong. Lin Bai shook his head silently. How could Lin Bai not see the way Qi Xiaolong behaved today? Qi Xiaolong is too strong and doesn't want to be inferior to others forever. Although this kind of courage to climb to the top is good, if he cannot stick to his heart, his strong will lead him to go astray. Lin Bai could only silently advise Qi Xiaolong in his heart to take care of himself. There is also a treasure building at the outer gate of Lingjian sect. They are no different from the treasure houses in other cities in the Xinwu kingdom. All of them are branches. Late at night, Lin Bai came to the treasure house. Senior brother, how can I help you? Although it was already dead of night, there were still many masters staying in the treasure house. A fat man came over with a smile and clasped his fists and said. I want to buy the corpse of a monster beast at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm. I wonder if you can give me a good price. Lin Bai said with a smile. What? The little fat man was stunned and looked at Lin Bai with a confused expression. I thought to myself that it would take at least 3 masters of the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm to kill a monster at the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm. How could you, a young man like you, who is at the 6th level of martial arts, kill a monster at the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm? You're lying. Liar. Big liar. The corpse of a monster at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm. Lin Bai said again with certainty. The little fat man said, if it is really the corpse of a monster beast at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm, then I can't make the decision. You can follow me to see the poster. But before I go, can you let me take a look at this monster? Hee, I have never seen a monster at the 9th level of Xuanwu realm in my life. Lin Bai nodded slightly and gently opened a gap in the storage ring. The little fat man ran over in ecstasy. He looked down and saw a big snake covered in golden scales and 8 wings in the storage ring, exuding terror. Breath. 8-winged dragon python. It is one of the 9-headed Xuanwu realm monsters in the Luoyan mountains, that when the little fat man saw the monster in Lin Bai's storage ring, he turned pale with fear. You are Lin Bai, that the little fat man immediately pointed at Lin Bai and exclaimed. That's right. Lin Bai smiled lightly. The little fat man said, okay, you come with me to see the landlord. Immediately, the little fat man took Lin Bai to the 2nd floor and arranged for Lin Bai to rest in a private room. Not long after, the little fat man and a middle-aged man with white hair came in. Young hero, you dare to steal food from the Divine Alliance. You are the first one I have seen in so many years. The middle-aged man walked in and said with a hearty smile. I am the master of this Zangbaila branch, Albino. I've seen the Albino Senior. Lin Bai said with a salute. Senior Albino, this little brother has already told you the purpose of my coming here. I wonder if the treasure house dares to ask for this monster. Lin Bai asked straight to the point. As long as the treasure is a treasure, I want it. I understand the purpose of your trip. This monster is at the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm. I will give you 150,000 spirit stones. I took a look at the demon blood of this Xuanwu realm beast. It was originally not worth 150,000 spirit stones, but only 130,000 spirit stones at most. But I'll give you 150,000 spiritual stones as a sign of a good relationship. How? Bai Hua smiled faintly, looked at Lin Bai and said, Lin Bai was quite familiar with the monster beasts at the 9th level of the Xuanwu realm. The average number was only over 100,000. Although the 8-winged dragon python was unusual, it had no demon blood after all. The maximum is only 130,000, but the albino can reach 150,000. Okay, just follow what Senior Albino said. Lin Bai thought for a while, nodded and said. Okay, little friend Lin Bai, I wonder if you would like us to give you the spirit stones directly, or do you want to buy other things? I have a treasure house, weapons, elixirs, magic formations, martial arts, exercises, ores, whatever you want. Bai Hua said proudly. These 150,000 spirit stones were given to Lin Bai. Bai Hua naturally hoped that Lin Bai could consume some. I've thought about it. Lin Bai smiled faintly. Bai Hua asked curiously, then what do you want to buy? Spirit Ascension Pill, 10 years old. Gu Yuan Dan, 10. A 2nd-grade spiritual weapon. That's all for now. Lin Bai smiled faintly. Lin Bai had to buy the elixir. Now the Luoyan mountain range was full of people from the Divine Alliance. It was impossible for Lin Bai to risk his life and kill the monsters. Therefore, in the next month, Lin Bai had to rely on the elixir to improve his cultivation, but now Lin Bai was feeling more and more tired of the spirit-slaying sword. Lin Bai was in urgent need of a useful weapon, so he had to buy one. Bai Hua was overjoyed when he heard that Lin Bai wanted to buy a spiritual elixir. The Spirit Ascending Pill is very precious and is an excellent spiritual pill used in the true martial realm to improve one's cultivation. Each spiritual elixir is worth 500 spiritual stones. 110 stones equals 5,000 spirit stones. 10 gold is 50,000 spirit stones. At this time, 1/3 of the 150,000 spirit stones were spent. The Peiyuan pill is relatively cheap. 100 spirit stones, 10,000 spirit stones are only 10,000. P.S. Happy National Day, brothers, please collect and recommend. Chapter 80 Evil Wind Sword. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Come here, go and prepare 10 Xingling Dan and 10 Yuan Pei Dan for little friend Lin Bai. Bai Hua said to the little fat man. Little friend Lin Bai, as for the weapons, you still need to choose them yourself. I wonder what kind of weapons you like. Sword. Lin Bai said firmly. After a while, Lin Bai and Bai Hua came to the treasure house of sword-shaped weapons. In the treasure house, walking inside, Lin Bai saw a dazzling array of swords, covered in dust, waiting for the arrival of their master. Little friend Lin Bai, here are all second-grade sword-type spiritual weapons. You can choose from them. The cost is different depending on the forging materials. You choose first. If you choose, we will negotiate the price later. Albino said with a smile. Lin Bai walked to the shelf and looked at the swords. After reading it, Lin Bai silently shook his head. These weapons are invisible to anyone. Brush. At this moment, suddenly in the corner, Lin Bai felt a trace of sword intent floating around. Sword intent. Lin Bai suddenly turned his eyes and looked at a corner of the treasure house. Here, there is a broken sword used to prop up the frame. This sword. Lin Bai walked to the shelf. When I looked down, I saw that the sword had been abandoned by the people in the treasure house. I saw that the shelf was uneven, so it was used to support the legs of the shelf. Bai Hua walked by and took a look, and immediately said, Khan, this sword is useless. Lin Bai looked at the sword, and he clearly felt that there was a trace of residual martial arts wool on the sword. Has it ever had an owner? Lin Bai asked. I don't know. Anyway, this sword has been a useless sword since we got it. Bai Hua shook his head and said. Why is it useless? Lin Bai asked curiously. Without a sword edge, a warrior at the 9th level of the true martial realm can't chop a stone with it. It's exactly the same as a mortal sword. It's useless as you say. Later on, I also sold it. When Yuanjia, the second person among the top 10 disciples, also bought it, but after using it for a day, I threw it away. Later, it was picked up by the warriors of the treasure house and thrown here to make a show of things. It can be regarded as waste utilization. Bai Hua looked at the sword and laughed mockingly. Lin Bai looked at the sword with a sad expression. Is this the so-called talent that is not appreciated? Lin Bai smiled bitterly and shook his head. We are all the same. We were once called useless and looked down upon by others, but from now on, we will become more dazzling. Everyone's ridicule and every insult will become our stepping stone, taking us to a higher peak. Lin Bai said silently. Senior Albino, I bought this sword. How many spiritual stones are there? Lin Bai said lightly. Khan, if you want it, I'll give it to you. Bai Hua smiled directly. No, I want to buy it. How many spiritual stones? Lin Bai asked. Then just take a spirit stone and it will be fine. Bai Hua said with a smile, not caring about the sword. In Bai Hua's view, this is a useless sword, and there is no use in buying it. Lin Bai searched for a while in the storage ring, found a spirit stone, and threw it to Bai Hua. He bent down and held the hilt of the sword. Boom. The moment Lin Bai grasped the hilt of the sword, a violent force suddenly erupted from the sword, shattering the frame that was holding him to pieces. Buzz buzz. At the same time, the sword-shaped weapons in the entire arsenal began to tremble violently. It seems that I am very afraid of this sword. What's going on? Albino was extremely surprised. Lin Bai stood up holding his sword. The sword in Lin Bai's hand was originally rusty, but after Lin Bai held it, the rust fell off, white light emitted from the sword, and the sword's edge became sharp. Good. What a sword! Lin Bai laughed happily, swung his hand, and a sword light slashed through the air, hitting the stone wall, leaving a sword mark of 5 feet in the abyss, causing the entire sword-shaped treasure house to shake violently, as if it was about to collapse at any time. What? This sword is not a useless sword. Bai Hua stared at the sword in Lin Bai's hand with wide eyes. How could this be a useless sword? This was simply a peerless sword. 3rd grade spiritual weapon. Evil Wind Sword. Lin Bai was extremely happy. On the Evil Wind Sword, Lin Bai felt a hint of sword intent. It should not be left by his previous master. It should be the person who forged it. When forging the weapon, he forged the will of martial arts. Therefore, if there is no warrior with the will of martial arts, even holding this sword is like holding scrap metal, but Lin Bai was different. Lin Bai was already in the early stage of the first level of sword intent. The evil wind sword is as powerful as a tiger in hand. It's actually a third-grade spiritual weapon. Lin Bai was shocked again. Third-grade spiritual weapons are weapons used by Xuanwu realm masters. In other words, the evil wind sword is now enough for Lin Bai to use to the Xuanwu realm, or even to the middle stage of the earth martial realm. Third grade, third grade. Bai Hua cried out in his heart and looked at Lin Bai with a sad face. Little friend Lin Bai. Bai Hua just called Lin Bai, and Lin Bai immediately put the evil wind sword into the storage ring, fearing that Bai Hua would regret it. Thank you, Senior Albino. I wonder where my Spirit Ascension pill and Guyuan pill are, Lin Bai asked with a smile. Why? Bai Hua finally sighed softly. He didn't want the sword he gave to Lin Bai before, but insisted on spending money to buy it. From that time on, Lin Bai might have realized that this sword was extraordinary. It seems that I won't come back. Bai Hua said sadly. Let's go, little friend Lin Bai, the elixir is outside and has been prepared for you. Bai Hua and Lin Bai came out. The little fat man was stunned when he saw Bai Hua's depressed face and Lin Bai's proud face. Could it be that Bai Hua was robbed by Lin Bai? Albino thought, this is almost like robbery. A piece of spiritual stone sold a handful of third-grade spiritual weapons. If this spread to the treasure house headquarters, he, the branch owner, would not be able to do it. 10 spiritual elixirs and 10 solid yuan elixirs cost a total of 60,000 spirit stones. I will put the remaining spirit stones in this high-level storage bag for you. The little fat man handed a small bag to Lindbergh. Lin Bai opened the storage bag and saw that this storage bag was indeed much larger than his storage ring. Thank you, Senior Albino. I'll take my leave now. Lin Bai returned home contentedly. Bai Hua was left looking at Lin Bai's back with a depressed expression. After returning home and playing with the evil wind sword, Lin Bai took out the Xingling pill and Guyuan pill. There's still a month left. I don't know if I can break through again. Let's start. Lin Bai opened the bottle and swallowed the pills of ascending spirit into his mouth. Time flies by. Half a month has passed in the blink of an eye. It's too slow. I took the 7th grade spirit raising pill and the 6th grade yuan guarding pill to break through to the 7th level of Jinwu, and I broke through a realm. Happy National Day, brothers, on this day of universal celebration, I would like to collect it shamelessly. Please collect it, collect it, collect it.